waiting generator cost 2019, maybe waiting it cost now.
It's all go up.
Not corruption. No, but it's a special kind. And so basically every year in Nigeria, we spend $15 billion. No be naira, dollars. 15 billion. Say that.
15 billion.
Thank you. $15 billion dollars on diesel generators and the diesel to fuel them. Of that 15 billion, 12 billion is the fuel every year.
Wow.
From that 12 billion,
Yeah.
there's an estimate that about 4 billion is invisible money. So like someone will say
money.
Some will say they delivered 1,000 liters,
Snake chop the rest.
but they only delivered 700.
Yeah.
And then everybody who inside go chop the 300. The money.
They'll go tell us a rat chopper.
Or it evaporate or something. But $4 to $5 billion a year is stolen through that process. 4 billion that's stolen every year could add another 4,000 megawatts to the grid every year, which would double our capacity every year. So
but some people don't go agree.
No.
So we get wahala for our hand.
And we've been doing this for 10, 20, 30, 40 years. And now we have the worst power sector in the world. Nobody wants the power sector to work. Because if you fix the power sector, nobody goes.
Then this money no go
This
come again.
money could just disappear.
And this is private sector, public sector, social sector.
But for how long?
With the people, the southern leaders, some members of your party, being concerned about the fact that it's not going to the south anymore. Are you not worried as to what effect this would have?
I'm not worried because we keep learning the process. We keep understanding how these things work. And if it is whatever it is that should happen, oh, God Almighty will see us through.
You know, I'm really concerned as to what chance the PDP has in 2023. I say this because if I Google your name, one of the things that pops up is the allegations of you diverting 2 billion naira ecological fund for which you're standing trial. We also have some PDP leaders, governors at different levels as well, standing trial. Even those who have crossed.
And you don't have any
I'm
APC.
about to say that even those who have crossed to the APC as well, standing trial.
Even the APC governors, because it's a new party, they are just about start. Those who won election in 2015 as pure APC are now finishing in 2023.
Where I was
the allegations, anytime an opposition comes up, there will be allegation. More so some of us who can communicate with people to understand what we're saying. More so for my position.
Your Excellency, where I was going with this is this. Considering the 16 years under the PDP and the concerns of Nigeria of corruption under the PDP, why would Nigerians want to go back to that?
If not that you are a journalist, I would have said you are a dunce, but you are not. I know you are asking the question to provoke an answer. The 16 years, put every scale, every issue, and see what happened in those 16 years and what is happening in the now 7 years. And corruption, I don't think anybody should talk to us about that anymore. Particularly knowing what every average Nigerian knows now. So please, allegation, anybody could be alleged to have done this, done that. More so when an opposition government is in place. So please, let all those allegations of who is where, and co, when it is proven, we take responsibility for what has happened.
Your party has sort of balanced its selection by coming up with a northern Muslim candidate and a southern Christian vice presidential candidate. The All Progressives Congress hasn't done that yet, and it doesn't seem like it would because of the kind of conversations. And it's raising reactions in the public space as to whether or not Nigeria is ready for a Muslim ticket. If the All Progressives Congress goes with a Muslim ticket, what impact will that have? Would that be an automatic ticket for the
Even
PDP?
if it comes, then it may depend also on the personality that is chosen. People have been talking about the Abiola Kingibe thing. Let us not forget that Nigerians then were eager for the military to leave the scene. So whatever arrangement or contraptions were brought forward, Nigerians will be willing to really do as such. But even then, if we go on real technicalities, nobody would have known what the result conclusively will have been. But let's even give it that Abiola and Kingibe won the election. It won the election not purely because of the Muslim ticket or against it, but because the people were eager for the military to leave. So will that be the same with the little thing that has come up now, both religious and ethnic and co? I wouldn't want to advise even my enemies to say go in that direction. But again, we should begin to downplay these issues of religion and ethnicity. And that is why even the so-called zoning and what have you should be downplayed now. Let's look for the best. And not necessarily, unfortunately, again, the monetary thing. I hope that as we go along, the electoral law and other things will take care of even the kind of monetary thing that is happening. I was saying to somebody that if we continue with the way we have had that election and with the delegates only the way they are now, then the election of delegate will be almost like election of governor. Because I believe that a delegate maybe in Abuja, in one direction or the other, might have left Abuja with $40,000, $50,000 in one sitting. What will that mean? It means that we are beginning to monetize everything, and we must be very conscious of that. It means also that good people, very good people that can have impact, will not be able to join the system.
What's your thoughts on the candidacy of Peter Obi in the Labour Party? He was in your party
Peter Obi,
in the last
my
election.
good friend, and a former member of my former Governors Forum, and a very excellent person, very, very excellent. His candidature in terms of the presidency, I think he will make some name now. If by that time we're old enough and around 2027, 2028, 2027, 2031, he may be able to make it. But 2023, too early.
Because
people, even though the young people might go for him, not everybody is, the name is not dropping in everywhere else for now.
Because of the party?
The party and himself too. He needed to have ridden the back of other people to get somewhere. But I doubt if Nigerians are ready for him now as a presidential person. I would have loved him as a vice presidential candidate.
If he was in the PDP now, would he be the vice presidential candidate of Atiku Abubakar?
Well, that is, how do you put it? Not speculative, because that is something that we have already passed that bridge. But believe me, many of us were rooting for him. And even when he decided to come out, I had to ask him, are you doing this so that people will know you more? Or are you doing this for this? He said, look, we have the same leader, meaning Atiku. So I understood what he meant. And we went to Mina together, we went to see other people elsewhere, only for me to hear suddenly that he has left us. And I called him even when he left us, and I said, why are you abandoning us without informing us? And we were able to. He's a good friend of mine, no matter which party he goes to.
You know, in